only reason he was taken out was because the United States was upset to form a separate oil organization, separate from OPEC. They took him out and they funded $300 million for Ayatollah Khomeini, put him in power. So it's a moral obligation to the world to remove somebody that would kill his own people, has threatened the United States in the past, to have them removed for the security of it.
So let me get this straight then, and I'll toss this to Professor Morandi. His argument is that the United States has a moral obligation to punish Iran for whatever Iran may have done in the past to its own people. Do you buy that argument, Professor?
The culprit is the United States, not the Iranian government. The United States imposed the Shah on the Iranian people. The United States carried out a coup in 1953 and imposed this dictator and helped create the Savak, the dreaded secret police. In 1979, the revolution where people revolted against that regime. And as we speak, we have synagogues in Tehran. We have kosher restaurants in Tehran. We have many churches in Tehran. We have a very active Christian community. In fact, Armenian community in the country of Armenia clings to Iran, feels threatened by its neighbors. So this narrative is, I don't know where it comes from in the United States, but the reality is the opposite. The only wars that the so-called Ayatollahs were involved in, I don't even know what that means, because the president and the Speaker of Parliament is a professor at my university, the head of the Supreme National Council is a professor in philosophy. But in any case, the only wars we were involved in were two wars where we were attacked. Saddam Hussein, with Western support, invaded Iran. They gave chemical weapons to use. I survived two chemical attacks. Germany was the most important country involved in the chemical program. But the United States and the Europeans never punished Saddam as he was using them against his own people and against the Iranians. So that aside, Iran did not in response to chemical weapons. So while the United States supported Saddam, and then the United States supported Israel, the Israeli regime, in attacking and carrying out another war, Iran engaged in any war. And to go to Afghanistan, never initiated any, and Iran never produced chemical weapons in response to what the Europeans did and what the West did for Saddam.
Yeah.
In regards to Afghanistan, what was the problem in Afghanistan? There's no Carter coup in Iran. What Carter actually did was in Afghanistan with Brzezinski, they began supporting the so-called Mujahideen to get Russia, the Soviet Union, to invade Afghanistan, create a Vietnam for the Soviet Union. So what Carter did was that he created, and subsequent presidents helped create, fanaticism and Al-Qaeda in Afghanistan in order to bring down for, in other words, they sacrificed the country for their own interests. The result ultimately was blowback in 9/11, which resulted in the United States invading the country, occupying it for 2 decades. And obviously people do not like occupation and they resist.
So what do you buy that argument, sir? The fact of the matter, and what Professor is saying is, the United States has put on Iran than Iran has ever put on the United States. When did Iran attack the United States? When did Iran, rather than sloganeering, threaten the United States or kill an American in the United States or bomb the United States? Is there
Yes, the real problem is that the United States goes and occupies countries, whether it's Lebanon, whether it's Iraq, whether it's Afghanistan, and then expects everyone to accept their occupation. And when people resist, they go and blame Iran. Quit occupation, stop bombing countries.
Go ahead, Sergeant.
Kind of saying, so that's not a fallacy, that's fact. Number two, was actually by the United Kingdom when they put back in the Raza Bavini. And in the other part, actually some research, and I know Tehran and Russia like to, restrict that for searches, but you can get online and find basic declassified information being funded by the CIA and Jimmy Carter. I know they like to whitewash those types of things. And the other part,
Which revolution? Wait, which revolution?
yeah, well, and you don't even have time to count votes. They declare a winner within 5 minutes of an election. That's not an election. That's free state.
Which revolution? Wait, I'm just asking. I'm sorry. You said that there was a revolution funded by Jimmy Carter?
A revolution for the Ayatollah in the late 1970s. He was in France, and the United States helped do move this separate OPEC organization that the Raza Pavini was actually going out to found. You can get on there and actually find it. It's something.
But hold on. Let me offer my version of it.